So as well as working with modern English, as I say, I met up with Charlie Jones, and I started working with Charlie and a sort of jazz type, Austin Powers type go-go band, which was a bit of fun, and ended up playing on his album Love Form, which came out about 4 years later, in 2013, and it's very experimental. But again, from working with Charlie, one day I was in a rehearsal room with him, and he got a phone call like he does, and he disappeared out, then he came back in again, and he picked up his double bass and sat on his stool, and I was like, Charlie, who was that? Do you mind me asking? He said, oh, that was Simple Minds, they're at Real World. I said, oh great, cool. He said, yeah, they're looking for a drummer, so I've put you forward, and just carried on playing, and I was like, okay. And sure enough, he said, you'll get a call, and sure enough, half an hour later I got a phone call. Charlie Birchall, the guitarist, was with the guys at Real World. They'd checked out my website. They'd seen that on my YouTube, they'd seen that I could do some stuff, the stuff with Siouxsie and modern English, and they've also seen some solo stuff. And I spoke to them, they said, look, come on down, hang out, see what happens. So next day I was at Real World, going down, and there's the band sat there having dinner at 7 o'clock in the evening at Real World. And again, I saw them on Live Aid and Top of the Pops, and there they are, Jim Kerr and Charlie Birchall. And they said they loved my playing, and they'd actually seen me with Siouxsie, which I didn't know, and they couldn't wait for me to come down and play on the sessions. My biggest concern was where was Mel Gaynor, because obviously Mel's a big bloke, and he's been with them since 1980 something, and I didn't really want to step on his toes or jump into his shoes. But as it was, I think he was elsewhere, he was busy, so I managed to play on about 7 tracks, which I think 2 actually came out in the end, and I think they did something. I haven't found out what they did with the others, but I think their album is out, and that was a hell of an experience as well. Again, they just wanted me for what I do, which is play tight to a click track. They wanted it to sound a bit like a Linn drum, but as a live drummer, and that's totally my bag. I love getting into that because I'm an 80s child, so the Linn drum is my vibe. So Broken Glass Park actually came out, and that's got my drum part on it. As I say, as far as the others, I don't know, but the experience was absolutely amazing. Thanks again to Mr. Charlie Jones, who may have played on the sessions as well. I really can't remember. But that's how the Simple Minds thing came about, and if they ever need me again, they know where I am.